Hey, gonna go ahead and go live here and keep an eye out for Pam. Let's see who's in here. Bunny Viper, howdy, howdy. And Grasshopper's here. And Eduardo, awesome. That may be the Pam there. Yeah, that's her. Or Star, pretending to be her. Hey, Pam.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Fine. Oh, I haven't been doing too good the last couple of days, but I'll be okay. I look like shit though, so.
Just woke up.
I woke up about an hour ago. I woke up and then went back to bed again. Yeah. You are such a pain in the butt. Yes, you are.
Hey, Daryl. I saw your Facebook page the other day. You liked something or something I did, and I saw your name, and I was like, I wonder how Daryl's doing. Good to see you. Just got the notification. I think they sent one out.
Daryl, I haven't seen Daryl for a while.
No.
Oh. My daughter's little dog is like having problems. I think he's not going to make it too much longer, but it's like, oh my God. She took him in a couple weeks ago. You probably remember. I told
Yeah.
you her little dog was sick.
Yeah.
And she had to take him into an emergency vet. And she doesn't like the vet that she had to take him to, but they're the only ones around her that have emergency facilities at night.
Mm.
So one of the things that they did, which by the way, just this one procedure cost $850, they removed the fluid that was around his heart, right? They didn't save it and they didn't test it. So she had him at the vet today, and if they had that fluid, they would be able to test it to see if he had an infection or if
Cancer or TB or.
Yeah, but they need that
Or
fluid,
what?
and it would cost her another $850 to get the test done again.
That's awful.
It's really awful of them. I mean, that's like negligence or total incompetence at the very least.
Yep. You always save if you get extra blood, or that's the lab always keeps
And
blood on the
they
patient.
need it to test it. So what they're going to do is, because she can't afford to get that test done again, so you get the fluid that they should have kept in the first place.
Grasshopper said, how old's the dog? Hey, Jim.
I am not sure how old he is. He must be around 10-ish.
What kind of dog is it?
He's a little, just a little tiny dog. I'm
That's
not
not
sure.
old for a little dog.
No, it's not. He's, maybe he has some Shih Tzu in him. He's like white with long hair.
Yeah.
But he's really small. I think he weighs about 7 pounds, 8 pounds, something like that. He's a pretty small dog. But they're going to give him antibiotics in case it could be an infection. And then just keep him comfortable, because without doing the test all over again and another $850 for the same test, then there's not a lot that they can do. But they're going to try antibiotics just in case it's an infection.
Well, who was it who did the procedure? The lady that sweeps up after stuff, or it doesn't sound like a doctor.
I mean, it's just ridiculous that they didn't save those fluids when that was the whole point of of doing it. Well, it was to get the fluid from around his heart, but it was also to see what was wrong with him, which they needed the fluid for. And then they didn't even save the fluid.
Right. Crazy.
But not all vets are good vets. I know this. I had a friend that had a oh gosh, a German pointer, German short haired pointer, and he'd taken her to the vet for her yearly checkup. She was getting old, and
Oh,
mentioned to the vet that she seemed to be kind of weak. And the vet, like, supposedly ran a bunch of tests and stuff and said she was in good health for her age and da 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 da. Well, less than a week later, she fell in the canal and couldn't get out. And they were looking all over for her, and they finally found her and pulled her out of the water and rushed her to a different emergency vet. And she had cancer all throughout her body, like everywhere. And that other vet had given her a clean bill of health. So, what do you do?
it's crazy.
That's
That is.
exactly it. Grasshopper, you just gotta keep him comfortable and cherish every day with him and hope for the best. Hope it's an infection, but like I say, they don't know without doing all the tests over again.
I've often heard people wonder, and I have wondered aloud myself, if leopard geckos can bite hard, and they can bite like a bitch. Let me tell you,
You got
hard.
bit?
Yeah. Well, I came home a while ago, and of course I didn't leave out of here. Well, no, I did leave today earlier this morning, like 9:30. But anyway, that white one, the two that I got that I had to
Yeah,
separate,
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it was out, and it was in a corner, and the cats were looking at it, but they weren't bothering it. And anyway, I got it up, and it had cat hair and um, dust like from under furniture and stuff on its face and stuck on its feet. So I had to rinse it off and warm water and all that. And I was trying to get the stuff off its face. It's fine. It seems fine. It just caught a cricket. It was glad to be back in and drink some water, and it was drinking water when I was rinsing it. But it decided to turn and it bit me, and I couldn't get it off my finger. It hurt. It didn't break the skin, but they have a vice-like bite. Let me tell you.
Oh, wow.
Yep, little
Ouch.
leopard gecko. Yep. Oh gosh. What else is going on? I just said I was at the Ark all day today by myself because it's spring break, so no students for service hours. So, but I got through it, got out on time. Actually, I sat down 10 minutes before 5 and checked my social media, so I was finished a little early. And got home and everything looks good. I'm getting my new washer tomorrow finally.
Did you get the pool set up?
No, I'm going to try to work on that tonight after I worked on it for, I don't know, 2 hours one night, and it says you need at least two people to do it. And I thought, men, and I thought, and I look at the directions, and it's just pictures, diagrams, not even diagrams, but just pictures of how to put it together. And finally, by the time I got it figured out, I had to take a little bit of it back apart. Somebody was saying they had to use soapy water to run the sleeves, like the support poles, like threading a curtain with a rod,
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, but said they had to do that, so I had that made up and all that. It slid right through there, and I thought I wouldn't use that anyway. I'd use powder, something like that if it had trouble getting it going through. So anyway, I got one side of it, but it won't stand up because I still have to do more of it to make it stand up. But I think I can finish it in an hour, probably by myself. I like it. Oh, and I had to do some prep. I had to vacuum good under where it's going to be. It's carpet, and I had the carpet cleaned maybe 5 years ago, but I never opened that door. When I stopped working, I just closed that door, had the room cleaned, or had somebody come and clean the carpet, and just closed it off. So it's hopefully I'll have
Carpet,
it going
carpet
by the
should be
weekend.
good. Because I remember when I made a pond, I dug it out and I put an old piece of carpet on the bottom of it, and then to kind of pad it from any rocks that might come up out of the dirt or anything, and then laid the pond liner on top of that. So carpet should be plenty good underneath of it, as long as, like you say, you
Yeah.
vacuumed it and there's nothing in it.
Well, I'm anxious to. My leveler says that room is level, and well, you can see just from looking at the tank back here, when the water drops down, it's perfectly level. The room is, and it's that way front to back on the tank. So I'm hoping that room is. The leveler says it is, but it says if it's as much as an inch off, that you can't set it up because it won't stay up. So I'm wanting to get enough water in it. You need like 2 inches of water to tell. Hey, Long family. Hope you're doing okay. Pull up a chair if you can find one. Packed in here, 7 people.
Oh no.
I know. There must be some drama going on, or I don't know maybe there's another video circulating about how horrible we are, or something. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, it's hard to tell with people. People are crazy.
Cray cray.
Sometimes it's like being in high school or something.
It really is.
So I just ignore it because
Or a
I'm not
psych ward.
I'm not in high school. I'm 67 years old.
You hear what I said? A psych ward, and the reason I know that was low hanging fruit for you, but you missed it. The reason I know is I had to do clinical rotation there for psychiatric nursing. So many times things remind me of things and behaviors and diagnoses, not just on YouTube, but in life.
Yeah.
And
Well,
things
YouTube is just people, and people can be
anything.
anything. Yeah, they can be wonderful, or they can be just like total idiots. It's hard to say.
And I'll include myself in that. Many times I'll catch myself thinking, "Oh my God, that's the way crazy people talk," like something I might say or something. Very clinical, crazy people. That little gecko's okay. I think it's a she. She got up in that big aloe plant and then decided she didn't want in there. Now she went in her cave. I think she's going to be fine.
Well, I have to tell you one more thing about Ricky, my daughter's little dog.
Oh, yeah.
Her mother-in-law has cancer and isn't going to be around a whole lot longer. And she believes that our animals go before us and pave the way for our paths, right? When we go. And which I thought was a really sweet sentiment. So, she thinks that Ricky might be, going to be paving her way for her. And I thought that was really a sweet sentiment. And then I got to thinking about, God, I hope Mario is not the one that paves the way for me when I go.
He'll put down, those spike things they throw in front of cars.
Yeah.
He'll
lay in my path at every opportunity. And
oh my God.
Yep.
Those things that pop up and slice your tires at the parking garages, they do that. And he'll pave the way for you. Hey, Jenny Lynn.
Leave Mario alone. You silly dog. Mario is Mario. He doesn't want to play with you. Why do you keep trying to play with him?
If that's so, I'm thinking I'll probably have like an 8-lane interstate or something. All the dogs and cats out there.
Oh yeah, yep.
Probably full of potholes. Not all of them were as loving as Yazzie and Preemie, but I sure loved all them. But yeah, my washer's supposed to be delivered tomorrow morning. My new washer finally.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know. And that's the only reason I'm not going to the Ark the whole day. I told them I'd help them come. I would come and help them close up. So that should be nice. I don't have to go to the laundry anymore.
That will be very nice. Yes.
Yeah.
What kind did you get?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever was the best deal, the best rated, and the cheapest, and they had a sale on for whatever we just had Labor Day, Memorial Day, whatever it was. And also, I didn't have a current Lowe's card, so I got $50 off for that. It was 200 off the washer.
Oh, good.
Almost got a dryer, but I think I can get my dryer going. I think just the heat, it got too hot because the lint thing probably stopped up. So I have a thing to snake it out. I've got to do that too. Oh, Mrs. Silver Creek, happy birthday. Nice.
I got a new washer machine one time in my life. I used my my income tax return and got a new washing machine. And I still remember it because it was a Sears Kenmore, and it was their heavy duty. It was supposed to be heavy duty, right?
Yeah.
And it had like a 4-year warranty on it. And a year before the warranty, it just went to hell. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff went out on it. And then I got it fixed. And the day after the warranty was over, everything else went on it. Water pump, everything went on it. So I took it into Sears, and they stood there and like shamed me, Bob. They said I was putting too many denim jeans in it, and it was a heavy duty machine.
How do they know what's in your
And
money?
I bought it brand new, and it was a heavy duty machine, and they just totally shamed me and said I misused it and da 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 da. So I was so mad I just left it there, and I went to a used appliance store where a guy fixed up machines and got another washing machine, got a used one.
Yeah.
And I was telling him what happened, and he said, I kid you not, I don't remember the model number and stuff, of course, because it's been a lot of years, but he asked me if it was this particular model, and he named off everything about the machine, and I said, yeah. And he said that machine was a lemon from the get-go. Everybody had trouble with it, and they knew it at Sears. They knew that model was a lemon.
Yep.
And they had stood there and shamed me and blamed it on me. So that was many, many years ago, and I never bought another Kenmore anything in my life because I was pissed.
Well, they're out of business now.
Not even as much about it breaking down as the fact that they shamed me and tried to blame it on me. And the whole time that they knew that particular model was a lemon.
Yep. Well, they're out of business now, aren't they, Sears?
I think so. We still have a Sears store in town, but I think it's just like you can order stuff from it.
Hmm. Yeah. Yazzie went in there and got on the bed, and now he hears Pam because I came in the kitchen. They're screaming for help. He was down when I got home. There he is. Bless him. Bless him. Let me get him. Let me get him. There he is. There's Pam's not showing her face, but he's looking for you. She's not on there. She won't even say hello to you.
Oh, look at Yazzie. Oh my gosh. What a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Yazzie, Yazzie.
Let me get my coffee refilled, and I'll see you in the living room or somewhere. I thought I had the paper right here for the washer. As I was looking, I thought the delivery was Monday, and I started looking at it, and it's tomorrow. Oh well. I was going to tell you what kind it is, but I don't think it was a brand I had heard of. But how about that? Lost it. Tibby's standing on it. Here we go. I'm gonna lay this phone down a minute so I can pour coffee. What are you doing, or is that Star?
That Star, she's like trying to get into her kennel, but the door is halfway shut, so she's clawing away. Why do you want in there, huh?
Well, I bought an extended protection plan for 5 years, and I think it had 3 or 4 years on it, so I got it past that.
What kind is it?
Well, I still don't know. That's just the protection plan that Lowe's sells. Damn, that's aquarium stuff. I don't know. I don't know where the paper's at. Oh well, it'll turn up. I know it's right here because let me get my coffee and I'll be able to think better. You know how that is. Yeah. Because I had it here reading it, and that's how I figured out when the delivery date was. They're supposed to call me tonight and schedule a window of time tomorrow. And I had a call from PA that I missed while I took the garbage out after the gecko process. But they didn't leave a message. So I don't know.
You want to hear another story about a washer and dryer?
Yeah.
Oh, when I was renting a house, for my brother, when I left LA and moved to Texas, and my brother had a house for me to rent because him and his wife had bought a new house. So he rented me his old one. But anyway, when we were unloading stuff, he had my mom's washer and dryer, Whirlpool set, which he unloaded at his house and then sold the washer and dryer that he had there. And then there was a washer and dryer in the house that I was renting from him, and that was his wife's old set. And he said he was going to loan it to me, and he left it there for me to use. He made sure to tell me about 4 times it was only for me to use. It wasn't mine. I had no problem with that, of course. I mean, no big deal. Well, a couple months later, my mom called me, and she was ranting because what had happened is Steve, which is, by the way, is a brother I no longer speak to.
Oh, that one.
Not over this, but over a whole lot of other stuff. But he had gone up to Oregon to get some. When he got married, he took a truck up to Oregon. He was going to get stuff out of his storage unit there, and then come down and pick me and my stuff up, and then go in LA, and then go to Texas, where his new house was. So he had stopped at her house, and he had told her that he had this washer and dryer that were like almost new, and they were so much better than her Whirlpool set, and da 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 da. And he talked her into buying that set from him, right? He didn't give them to her. She bought them from him. And then she told him to take the Whirlpool set and give it to me.
Right.
And then, so when he got down to Texas, what he did, I mean, he sold that set to my mom, which broke down in a month. They were garbage. That's what she was mad about. And then he took the Whirlpool set and said she gave them to him, and then sold his old set, and then loaned me the other old set. So he ended up with all the washers and dryers.
Jesus.
I mean, seriously. And then when we got into a fight because I had gotten laid off, and he was afraid I wasn't going to pay rent, so him and his wife just like absolutely had a fit and tore into me, calling me names and stuff. And I actually had another job lined up, and it was a good job, but it was as the head cook at a school district, and like planning their meals and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it was a good job, but it didn't start for 2 months. And he threw such a fit that I ended up leaving. And when I told him I was just going to leave, he took the washer and dryer set because he was afraid that I was going to take it with me. That old set that he'd left there at the house. I'm like, Oh my God, that was when I told him that he was no longer my brother and I'd no longer speak to him, and I haven't since either. But oh my God, talk about pure greed and selfishness. I mean, he ended up with all of the washers and dryers.
Wow.
Oh, my mom had given the 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 whirlpool set, which was the best set of all of them. That my mom had given that to me, but he took it. Oh,
The nice brother. You're probably better off rid of him.
oh, definitely. He's one of these people, and I hate to say it because when it comes right down to it, he is my brother. But the reason that I don't talk to him, it was a buildup of things. But his whole life, even when we were teenagers, all he ever cared about was money. That was all that man has ever cared about was money.
Oh, let me catch up here. Let me catch up here.
And I kind of feel sorry for him for that because, I mean, how can you live your whole life and only care about money?
My mother's like that. Hey, Sage. Remember Sage that was on the live stream the other day?
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Howdy, howdy. And there's George, RB3 George, the Nano Aquarium guy. Gosh, I go
Hi,
get a cup
Mickey
of
M.
coffee. Everybody comes in. Um, Jenny Lynn saying hello. Holly, Freaky Fish Lady. And Sage says the Plecos in her tank laid eggs. First time. Awesome. And Holly's, oh, George is going to go live about 5 minutes after the hour to do the fishy dad jokes. And Holly said that she had refrigerator delivery all bent up and stuff from Lowe's, and they got a discount. They have a separate company here that does the delivery, so but Lowe's did all the paperwork. Hey, Lori. Hey, Mick.
And I will be right back because I think my coffee's ready.
All right.
And coffee is important.
Yep, that's where I was the whole time. You couldn't see me. Yazzie will entertain them as long as they can see his face. Most of them will be happy, right, Yazzie? 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 Yazzie's a good boy. He already had his glaucoma eye drop the second time today. He's a good man. He is. He is a good man. You hear Pam and you have to come running, don't you? Coffee, there's a solid idea there. Yeah, this is my second mug, tall mug of it since I've been home. I'm getting ready to move my washer out before I know the people will do that and disconnect it and all that when they deliver the new one, but I want to move it out and clean behind there and all that. I don't want them to, because I know they won't wait on that, but I want to clean it all back there as best I can and see if I can get the dryer reset. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Probably won't get time to do the pool pond, but who knows? I bet that washer's heavy. Yazzie, can you help? I hope this little gecko's going to be okay. Where is Mike at? Has anybody seen Mike today? Grumpy Mike? Formerly Grumpy Mike? I can say I have been working all day. Hey Adele. Pam's going to get some to get some coffee. she'll be back. But it could be worse. When I was on the courthouse steps at the foreclosure auction trying to buy my farm back, so-called family and friends robbed and stole everything. Wow.
Oh, I totally believe that. It's when my mom was getting bad, and yeah, it was quite the fiasco. She had cut my younger brother Steve out of the will, mostly because he had already gotten more than his share because she was always loaning him money because he gambled a lot, and she was always giving him money. So she decided to cut him out of the will. Well, when she was getting bad, my niece lived with her, and my niece had a bad temper, and everybody knew it. But it was working out because my niece was taking care of her, and she was taking care of my niece. My niece had a place to live and everything. She was a little bit slow, and I was in across the country on Cape Cod, and my mom lived in Oregon, and yeah, my brother's wife showed up to visit, and when she showed up, before she even went to my mom's house, she went to the police station and told them that she was afraid of my niece and to come right over if she called. So they had all this planned out. So a couple days into the visit, she got her chance. My niece was talking to my sister on the phone, and Donna, my brother's wife, asked my niece who she was talking to, and she said my mom. And Donna said, well, she's just a stupid bitch. And my niece threw the phone at her, and Donna called the police and had Bobby Joe removed from the house and put a restraining order on her so she couldn't come back. Well, then there was nobody there to take care of my mom. So my brother flies in a couple days later to save the day, and he got my mom to sign over power of attorney and took everything. Took everything. Sold the house, all the furniture, sold everything in the house, had a big sale and sold everything in the house, and then he sold the house.
What was she
And
doing?
everything.
What was she doing while he was doing all that?
I don't know because I wasn't there. But yeah, and then he took her to Colorado. Well, evidently he wasn't planning to because I found out from a lady that worked for like oh, I don't remember what it's called, but the organization that protects old people. She actually went and told him that if he left the state without my mother, he was going to jail. So evidently he wasn't even planning on taking my mother when he left after selling everything. So yeah. So that's that's the brother that at that time I hadn't spoken to him for about 3 years. And I had been trying to call my mom because I told her I was going to tell her because I had heard what was going on, and I was going to tell her to get a reverse mortgage on the house because the house was fully paid for. And I was going to tell her to get a reverse mortgage on the house and use that money to hire somebody to come in and take care of her. But I never got the chance to tell her before
Right.
before he got power of attorney. And so I had talked to my aunt, my favorite aunt who lives up in Tacoma, my mom's sister, and told her my ideas, and she thought it was a good idea. So she went down to talk to my mom. Now, my aunt is a very well-respected woman in her community. She worked for years for the police department. And so she gets down there and goes in to talk to my mom, and immediately Donna got on the phone and started and called the police and said, she's here, she needs to be taken out, she's horrible, she's here. And the police came and physically escorted my aunt out of the house before she could talk to my mom. And the police officer apologized to her and told her that there was nothing that they could do because he had power of attorney.
Mm.
So it was too late. But anyway, all that money grubbing little
She could,
asshole.
could rescind that. You know, she could have rescinded that.
Well, he ended up he got everything.
I guess getting to her though and telling her that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I tried calling her multiple times, but Donna was fielding all of the phone calls, and as soon as she heard my voice, she'd hang up. So I never even got a chance to talk to my mom. So yeah, that's what happened with me. So my brother got everything, and my older brother was a sweetheart. My brother Bill, he died from COVID a couple years ago. But he kept like defending Steve, saying, "Oh, he didn't do that on purpose," and da 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 da. And I'm like, "Yes, he did." And oh no, he wouldn't do that. Well, then he called up my older brother one day and started screaming at him that he heard, which this was just guilt talking. He heard that me and my brother were going to sue him for our inheritance. So
Eric?
he was screaming at him, and that was the end of it for my older brother. My older brother went no contact with him too.
Sounds like
Because
my family.
neither one of us had it in us to sue him. I mean, it's just not who we are. But Steve has always been like that. He was like that even when we were kids. He was like that. So
I had a sister like that. She's passed on 10 or 15 years ago. But
and they've tried to get a hold of me a couple times since then. One time it was before the fiasco with my mom, but a couple years after I had left Texas and wasn't speaking to him. And my older sister called me and said that she'd been talking to Steve on the phone. And Steve said that he was so upset that I wasn't speaking to him and he loved me and da 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 da. So he got my phone number from her. And then she went on to tell me that, hey, he's coming over here. He's going to be flying into Rhode Island and then driving. He's got to drive down to Connecticut and pick up a dump truck that he bought. And then he's going to drive the dump truck home. And he'd be stopping at her house and stuff. Well, it only took a few minutes. I knew what was happening before he called. It didn't take very long for me to figure it out. He needed a ride from the airport to the dump truck. And I was on Cape Cod, which is like an hour's drive from Rhode Island. So, yeah, that's what he wanted. He wasn't, missing me and all that crap. He doesn't even know what love is. So,
no.
So a couple days later, sure enough, I picked up the phone rang and I picked it up and it was Donna. And I recognized her instantly because of her Texas accent. And she says, "Pam, do you have a minute to talk?" And I just said, "You have the wrong number," and I hung up. Oh, and I guess the shit hit the fan. But yeah, he ended up having to rent a car to go pick up the truck, which my sister said he was not happy about. And then the damn truck broke down at their house and he had to stay there for a week. And then I guess it broke down about 3 more times on the way home. Oh.
Wow. Holly's saying that people even came and took trees out of her yard.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, people can be awful. My brother's one of the worst. But what was I got back at him somewhat in a way though, guys. I'm just going to tell you this because the one thing about Donna, his wife, was she was insanely jealous. And I mean, when I say insanely jealous, I mean totally insane. He stopped when I was living in Texas. He was a truck driver. And he stopped on his way home one morning and had a cup of coffee for me while I was getting ready for go to work and stuff. We sat down and had a cup of coffee. And then he went home. And he had no more than pulled out of the driveway when my phone rang and I picked it up, and it was Donna. And she was calling me. I mean, I had to hold the phone arm's length away from me because she was screaming so loud. And what she was screaming was that I was trying to take Steve away from her
Yeah.
because he had stopped and had a cup of coffee with his sister. And she was accusing me of being in love with him and trying to take him away from her. I was like, oh my fucking God, you know? And then when he was taking the tow truck home and had broke down at my sister's house and was there for a week, my sister said that Donna called every night, and Steve had to step outside with his phone onto their porch, and they could still hear her yelling at him clear inside the house with the doors shut. And she was accusing him of the truck not being broken down and he was having an affair, and on and on and on. So, like I say, she was insanely jealous.
Sounds like it.
So when all this shit was going down with my mom, and he was basically, stealing the house, had the house up for sale, and was selling all the furniture and stuff after he got power of attorney and was taking everything, and I couldn't do anything about it because I was all the way across the country and didn't have money to fly back home. So I was talking to Tucker one night, and I just said, I mean, it was really innocent. I just said, I wonder what would happen if some woman called the house, because Donna fielded every phone call to make sure I couldn't talk to my mom. I said, I wonder what would happen if someone called the house one night, some woman, and just asked for Stevie. And I said, and then when Donna screams, which I knew her really well, that's exactly what happened. When Donna screams that, who's this, and I'm his wife, and all that stuff, just say, oh, I didn't know he was married, and then hang up the phone. And I said, but make sure you do it from an unlisted number so she can't call back, or there will be hell to pay. And Tucker just told me, oh, it's done, because he had lots of friends in Portland. So, so yeah. So I guess my older brother told me that my mom told him that Donna answered a phone call and just started screaming like a banshee, and yeah. So I figured that was the gift that kept on giving, because damn good and well every time she got mad she was going to bring that up.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, I did that. That was kind of bad of me, but what can I say?
Princess found her squeaky toy. That's what that noise was. And now she's putting the cover over it over there. Burying it. Okay. Princess is up to something.
I see nobody in the chat is saying a word about what I did. Everybody's probably horrified that I'd do something like that.
Possibly. Mick, sorry to hear about your parents. But they say that a lot of people have had those 4 vaccines, and they say they think they did better because of it. I don't know. Hopefully they will.
Oh, what I've been hearing about this newest, the newest, what do you call it, that's going around? What? Why do you want in there so bad? Is that it will get past the vaccines and stuff, but it won't be as bad as if you didn't have the vaccines.
Hey, Craig. Yeah, they have some specific ones now for the new whatever.
New variant. That's the word I was trying to think of.
Yeah, they have 2 or 3 vaccines. I got a thing from Medicare, email from Medicare, urging me to get them.
Yeah, my daughter did too. My daughter that has MS, she just got a deal from her doctor that will give her some specials, some different shots and stuff just to make sure. So she's supposed to go in there and get those. Because, of course, her immune system is nothing.
Well, I just have all of the risk factors: diabetes and hypertension and old, overweight.
Yeah, I probably have a lot of that too. But I'm basically a hermit. I hardly ever go out.
It'll come looking for you.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing. You have something delivered. There you go.
Well, I've been getting stuff delivered because my truck's broke down, but I like have them set it down outside. I don't have them come in the house with it.
I never have had anything delivered. I was doing that Walmart pickup for a while, but that was the sorriest shit ever. Every time I go, they wouldn't have my dog food, and I'm like, really? It's when I had 6 dogs. Walmart has no dog food.
Yeah, they have no water either.
Well, and the third time that they did that, I went in, and they did have it, and the manager said, "Oh, they probably restocked it." Right.
What I did, because I had that happen a few times with my water, which is the most important thing to me because I don't have running water, so I got to buy water. And water is a pain in the ass because you got to carry it, and it's gallons of water. So a couple times I had them like it would show up at the last minute as they were out of one item, and it was the water. So there's a button that you can click really quick, canceling the whole order. So I did. Like 2 times in a row, I canceled the whole order. And on the note, I said that I needed the water, and if I couldn't get the water, that was the most important thing in the order. And suddenly after that, they haven't run out of water since.
Good. Dee Dee, I know, but that's painful. I've never had shingles, but I've had patients taking care of patients with shingles, and it's supposed to be real painful. That's one of the vaccines that I've had.
Oh my goodness. I've heard shingles is so painful.
I have had that one. I've had the pneumonia one, the meningitis one. There's a bunch of them. You get old. God, I bet that hurts.
Oh, that's just sad.
Jenny, that's cool. She said that her snake, Jasper, has had his 3rd meal now.
Oh, wow.
He's doing great. Well, hopefully he'll be one that doesn't, that eats consistently all the time, because it's very frustrating when they all of a sudden they stop. And then they won't eat the next week, and the next week, and the next week, and the next week, and the next week. I mean, it worries you. When this one lost so much weight, I finally started making it eat, and now I don't have to cram it down her throat, but I get it in her mouth and she'll take it. Wonder if she had the vaccine duty. Just curious. There's one more I'm supposed to get, but I can't remember what it is. I don't know. Who's had the flu shot? Some people don't like to take vaccines. Hey, Levi.
Hi, Levi. I am not going to try to do a stream tonight, by the way.
All right.
I just have not been feeling up to par here the last few days.
Oh, it says my order from Home Depot, it just popped up, will come between 12:30 and 4:30 tomorrow. So hopefully it'll come before 4:30 because I really want to be over at the art like 3 or 3:30 at the latest.
They should hook it up for you and everything. So
Yeah, they
and
made me
haul
buy.
the old one away and everything.
Yeah, they made me buy a new hose, kind of hose, because they said that if you didn't, it wouldn't have the warranty. So I bought that. It's like $30. The drain hose, I think, and it comes with its own hot and water hoses and all that stuff. Oh, I'll have to unhook that, I guess, if I get it out of the way. I can do it. I've got wrenches here. Razor blade throat from the normal flu is way worse. Only had the flu once and I thought I was going to die, and then after about a week I was afraid I wouldn't die. I was ready. I didn't. So you're not going live tonight, George said.
Nope, I'm not gonna go live tonight.
Here's a good slot, George.
I look like shit, feel the same, so I'm gonna skip it this Wednesday. And I need to have an auction, but because I want to, like, George in California, um, Aqua Balls has a snake for me, but I got to raise up a little bit of money to get it shipped and stuff, and get the stuff that I need for it to set it up and then have them ship it. So
No,
I need
Dee
to have an auction, but I guess I'll do it Saturday because I haven't been up to it.
No, Dee Dee, you don't have to be, because I asked them all that. And you can even take the flu shot the same time you take the Rona.
Yeah,
shot.
I know. One of my kids, I think it was Jessie, said that she got both at the same time.
But no, as long as you're feeling okay, as long as you don't have a fever, they won't give it to you if you got a fever. I should say that, you know. You know they ask you those questions anytime you get flu shot or any kind of vaccine. You've been having a fever, anything. Hey, Jimmy. Pretty. Chewy. George was asking about you, Punchy. Was he asking about her snake?
Yeah, some of my stories are kind of rough, and sometimes I hesitate to tell them, but you have to see humor in everything because if you don't, you're gonna go crazy. So life can dish out some shit, but you got to be able to laugh at it.
Maybe that's what happened to me. I don't see enough humor. I went crazy. Oh, got to go to bed, Jenny Lynn. Good night.
Night, Jenny.
I might take a nap now that I know they're not coming till afternoon. No, I better get that washer out of the way. Yeah, George, that would be. I know George has been doing a couple of pop-ups. I've noticed late night. That might be a good spot, George, for anybody that wants to go in your time, Pam.
Yeah, of course. Yep. I'm not gonna even try tonight. Like I say, I'll do Saturday night, but I look like shit and feel like shit.
Dan is tonight. Yeah, he's back tonight.
Yep, Dan's back tonight, so I'll be there to mod, but then after that, I'm probably gonna go back to bed. I only got up like a couple hours ago because I got up. I woke up about 10 o'clock, and I just didn't feel good, so I laid back down and didn't wake up until about 2:30.
Here I got a flu shot. So, are you going to go and wait and go in Pam's time, George?
That's what he says. He says he's gonna wait and go in my time.
I was going to sick everybody on Father Fish. He just went live. If George is not going to go,
Oh yeah, everybody
that's
could go to
probably
Father Fish, and George can take my spot.
that's probably where I'll go. I usually go on after you. Yeah, Wednesday and Saturday. If you're not going now, I'm going to go to Father Fish's then. I think our time must be about up too.
We got 5 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it shows we've been going 55 minutes. Some of us have been on here 55 minutes, not everybody, but somebody was late getting here. My L333s are right. Oh, wow. Nice, June. How many did you get?
Shit is funny sometimes unless it's in your pants. Oh, the thing that I forgot to mention when I was talking about my brother, when I was renting that house from him, and he threw such a fit because I'd gotten laid off. And like I said, I had a job at the school district lined up, but of course school didn't start. This was like June, so school didn't start for a couple months. So him and his wife were absolutely screaming at me, foaming at the mouth, screaming at me that I was going to try to cheat him out of 2 months' rent. I was a month ahead at the time, Bob. And all that, I was a month ahead at the time. I was a month ahead of my rent. And when I left, when I told him I was just, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. He told me that he would give me my rent back if I didn't destroy his house. This is my brother. My brother.
You destroyed it anyway.
No, I didn't. I would never destroy anybody's house.
I know.
How could my brother think that I would destroy his house because I was mad at him? I mean, honest to God, that probably hurt me more than anything else he said.
Maybe that's what he would have done if it was.
That's exactly right. I think that's why. I think
Yeah.
it was, what do they call that when you put your character into somebody else?
Projection.
Projection, yeah, projection. That's what I was trying to think of. But yeah, and I never did get the money. I never asked for it. I just told him that he don't ever try to contact me again, ever.
Okay, George is going to go live in 7 minutes. So, all right, cool. Two streams to go back and forth between. Got to teach the kid for a minute. Did June say how many Plecos she got? She didn't. How many Plecos did you get, June? I need to know. 6. That's awesome. Definitely have a couple of pairs out of all those, I would think. And there's a link to George in 6 minutes. Okay. I don't know what Dan's giveaway is tonight either. 6 from a friend. Those are the best ones too. Awesome. That is awesome.
Oh, you didn't need to do that, Dee Dee.
I put my order in for the Java.
Yeah, it was like Christmas a couple days ago because I was like looking through the cupboards for something and I found a bag of good coffee that Dee Dee had sent me that I'd missed. So I was like, oh my God. Christmas in September.
Dee Dee, you really don't remember you and I talking and I was going to send you some antlers? She said she didn't remember. She may still be too sick to think clearly. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Yeah, I see.
Ozzy, what are you barking at?
One of the cats, the bobtail cat, came across the terrariums from the other side of the table, and instead she was like, whoops, and was trying to ease back down. Yazzie wouldn't let her go without calling it out. While cleaning the beta sorority tank, there's a pleco that I didn't purchase.
Oh, wow.
Found fish. Wonder what kind it is. Costco Christmas started 2 months ago. Oh my God, I know. The stores have Christmas stuff in them. Halloween and Christmas. I can't believe it.
The Nightmare Before Christmas, you can mix them up.
I
I remember when I worked at Disneyland, they used to shut down the haunted house about now. Well, about 2 weeks before Halloween, they would shut down the haunted house and they would change it over to the Nightmare Before Christmas. Change over all the decorations and stuff and open it up for Halloween through Christmas. It was one of my kids' favorite rides, so I took them there quite often because I got like free entry. So
The common goldfish.
I took my youngest there for her 6th birthday. No, 5th birthday. Her 5th birthday. And it was pretty cool because everybody on that was running the rides knew me and knew her, and they would get on the speaker and tell her happy birthday at all the rides. So we had a fun day. Her very favorite ride was the dollhouse one, the It's a Small World. Oh my God, I got so sick of that ride. Because we had to go on it all the time.
Dee Dee, I don't think so. It was after a live stream, probably Tennessee Fish Mafia. And you know how sometimes people hang out after the stream's over, and everybody left but you and me. So you weren't streaming, so I would have been the one streaming. And we started talking and me showing you things, well, fish, not things, fish and stuff, reptiles. And we talked a long time. And then I offered you some antlers, and you said, yeah. And I said, well, when it's not so hot.
He was probably just talking to himself, thinking you were there, Dee Dee, but it's okay. We won't tell him.
He was there. She worried the hell out of me. She worried the hell out of me. Wonderful. She had me show her almost every tank in here. Need to call you later. Uh-oh. Damn. A phone call is always something serious. Showing things. No, we did. We talked about all kinds of fish and stuff, and I was showing her. You know, don't ever ask a no man to see his stuff.
Oh my God.
Because he'll show it.
Bob was unsupervised. Uh-oh.
Yep. Yep. Showing things. That's right, Jim. Well, on that note, I think I will end and try to get me a nap and a snack and get ready for Dan's at 9. But I am going to go over and be lurking at George's. I live in Constantine de Rise and give us some candy. My electric bill. Oh God, yeah, my electric bill is 4 times, exactly 4 times what it has been being. Crazy. Crazy. With all these reptile things too, it just keeps going up. The heat pads, and it adds up. Well, What's up, man? Let's get tanked. I wish. About 10 minutes right now. What are you talking about, Grasshopper?
Yeah, it's 5 after.
Oh, okay. I better get out of here. Bobby Bacala. All right. I don't want to go over anybody, so George is probably about to go. And
No, George is going to take my spot tonight, but Father Fish is going right now.
no, he came back and said he was going to go in a few minutes.
Oh, he is. Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah, he came back and said he was going to go, but he was going to go tonight too, like a pop-up. Food prices, I know. Can hardly afford to eat anymore. All right. Thanks, guys, for listening to Pam ramble. And
I'm sorry. I'm
next
sorry,
time,
guys. I
hey,
rambled
Tom.
too much.
No. Next time I'll put a PG-13 warning on it on the stream. All right, Pam, thank you. And
Thank you, everybody in chat, for not leaving when I started rambling.
that's when the census picked up. They must have been yelling, "Come in here and listen to this stuff." Thanks, everybody. Thank you, moderators. And I will see you in Dan's if you're there, but not in Pam's, but maybe George's tonight. Good night.
Night,
Later,
everybody.
everybody.